Hi, friends. How about we talk about courage for a minute? Um, right now, I'm feeling, and this isn't directly about courage, but sort of. Right now, I'm feeling somewhat like a little kid. I'm uploading a journal that I recorded live this morning for us. And in that journal, something happened that hasn't been my way. I don't reveal names. I try to guide you always into your own intuition, into your own inner wisdom, your inner knowledge, your remembering, into your heart. That's the best way. Otherwise, when you come up on something new, if I'm not there to tell you, you're lost. I mean, what good is that? We need to stop depending on others to guide us. That's part of what being a sovereign being is. We've got to find our own guidance within. I was just working on a thread with someone who's very attached to their belief in the scriptures. Um, and it's really interesting. Um, this person isn't a blind believer in any sense of the word. But I think we all have a certain amount of respect for. Now, I respect all the scriptures from around the world, wherever they are. Whenever teachings of light have come forth from beings of light, to me that's to be respected and honored. But I'm also a bit of a student of history and of the history of scriptures and what happens to them down through the centuries and the millennia. And it's not pretty, all right? And we just, I think we do ourselves a disservice to be ignorant of this. Do you know about the Council of Nicaea? Do you know how the books of the Bible were selected? Do you know about the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Qumran and all of that? Do you know, for instance, that when these scrolls were discovered, and I forget which set of scrolls, but one of the main things, I think it might have been Qumran, when these scrolls were discovered, there was a big team assembled. These were all obviously very important pieces of antiquity. And so there was a team um, put together that was put in charge of them. And if you do your research, you'll find out that I think there was only one who was outright a priest on the team, but I think like 13 of the 14 or something like that were Catholic. Now, the little people in the Catholic Church are great. The little people in all the churches are great, but the hierarchy is not so great. And the manipulation that comes through it is phenomenal. And it's disappointing and it's distressing, and some will think it's just disastrous. Well, it's just disastrous to your belief system. And beliefs are a bunch of thoughts put together and sold until they're believed. And we're coming out of reliance on mind now. We have something better. We have something that's a barometer of truth and of light. I can't say a barometer of truth. That's too big. To me, truth is sacred. It's like love. It's sacred. It's unspeakable. It's so sacred. But we have a connection, a real deep connection to reality within. And that's one of the reasons our DNA was stripped down from the 12 to the double helix, so that we wouldn't be able to link up with that. Um, so we wouldn't know we're being manipulated and messed with and so on. So anyway, I think it's time for all of our sacred cows to come crashing down, and for us to be brave enough to look with open eyes, open heart, and a good bit of skepticism at everything, just for truth. And it mustn't matter what truth is, where it's found. Real truth will stand, everything else will fall. That's a part of what's happening all around us. Things not founded on truth, on ethics, on light are crashing and crumbling all around. Well, we're a part of this. That's happening in our own little world, our own little mind and body and being and aura as well. Everything that we've relied on that isn't pure, that isn't truth, it's crashing down too. It can't be helped. And we can either go along with this or we can fight it. And, some of us are going to go down fighting it. Well, that's okay too. You've got to go where your heart leads. Now, this video that's uploading that's making me feel like a little kid, that can't wait for Christmas here. I'm kind of amazed by that because it's probably going to give me a good bit of a backlash from people that are in their belief systems. But I'm just really excited to be speaking out. Now, I'm finding a lot of you are doing the same thing. You're telling your story, you're telling your dreams, your visions, your things. You're just turning that webcam on and you're speaking. And you're reaching out to connect with others of us that may have shared similar experiences. We're finally getting around to waking up and realizing it's not personal. How can it be personal if nothing's really separate, if we're really all one? We're all interconnected, and the sooner we step into that, recognize it, and embrace it, the better. And we're linking up. So I just want to say here that I'm not here to cast stones at anyone or anything. And I'm not here to murder anybody's sacred cow. I'm here to share my understanding. And I'm not asking anybody to do anything ever. My preaching is that it's not a doing, it's a being that's called for. And so I don't believe that you can find your way by following what I say. You have to follow your own heart. And so just because I've seen through someone and decided, hey, that person's not what they purport to be, they're not of the light, they're an imposter of light. Just because I've done that doesn't have any direct impact on your path or anything. You're a sovereign being over your world. And I just want to emphasize that I'm not a Pied Piper calling people away from anything. You've got to walk your way. And so I love you all very, very much. And this one that I'm saying is not of the light, I'm leaving this one with love as well and with blessings. I send nothing but blessings. This is no condemnation, no rip-roaring, anything. Okay? We're beings of light. And let's step up to a higher standard of what it means to be a sovereign being and just take responsibility for our own life. If you don't like what I say, fine, then comment me. But don't do it from your mind and from rage or anything like that. That's just, it's not respectable. We want to respect one another and treat each other as the sovereigns that we are. We're all kings and queens here, and we deserve a great deal of respect for our own inner integrity. And I give that, and I'm suggesting that that's something you might want to consider, a great way of being. Thank you very much.